Hi, this is Ralph Duarte. We're here at the Woodworkers Club, and today we're going to do a short video to talk about the Odie's oil product. We have a lot of questions from our customers as to how to use it effectively, where to use, what kind of wood products that they should use the Odie's oil on, and how to apply it specifically. So today we're going to be taking the Odie's oil, the basic product, and we're going to go in and we're going to demonstrate how to use the product effectively, how simple and why you may want to use it on a lot of your products at home. All right, so here we're in the classroom. What we're going to be doing here for the next few minutes, we're going to be demonstrating how to apply Odie's oil very quickly. What people find very, very appealing to the Odie's oil, as you can see, it looks fairly solid, but when you open it up, you'll stir it and it'll actually turn into more like of a thick honey consistency. What people find very pleasing is the fact that they can put it on and in a matter of an hour, they're completely done. They put it on, it's absorbed into the wood, they've wiped it down, and they've got a beautiful finish that's very, with the wax, very pleasing to touch and very protective. Also has both for UV protection as well as moisture prevention. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this one board we have here with white oak, and we're going to actually put some Odie's Dark on one side and Odie's Regular on the other. The Odie's Dark, a little bit thicker, hard to see because that's already been stirred, so it's a little bit runny. We're just going to put just a little bit on here. And by the way, it's food safe, so you can, oftentimes I'll actually use my hands to just rub it in to the wood. And what you want to do is just have a sheen on the wood just like it's wet. One of the things you'll find with the Odie's is that even though this 9-ounce jar, as compared to a quart, this actually can, you can probably cover between, let's say around 200 square feet per bottle. Whereas in a typical quart of polyurethane, or let's say even some of the hard wax oil finishes that are available out there, a can of hard wax oil will only do around 30 to 40 square feet. A quart of poly will typically do about 75 square feet. So one jar, or 9 ounces, is going to actually do a significantly more coverage. All right, so we've rubbed it in. You've got a nice sheen that appears on here. And you can see, now I use the Odie's Dark, so you can see the raw wood on one side and the Odie's Dark on the other. Now, Odie's Dark will also accelerate the oxidization of the wood itself. So if the wood has a fair amount of tannins like cherry or white oak, it will darken a little bit more over a period of 3 to 4 weeks, and will give a very very pleasing look if that's what your goal is. All right, so what we're going to do is take a little bit of Odie's oil and just take a little bit, stir that up a little bit here. Again, I'm using only like less than a teaspoon. You can use your hands, or sometimes we'll use looks like a little Scotch-Brite type of pad, little nylon, and use that to rub it all in, especially if what you're working with has any grooves that you want to put it, like a banister or spindles. Okay. Now you don't really see much difference between the dark and the regular Odies at this time, but the dark will darken, like I said, over 3-4 weeks. So what you want to do is put it on and just leave it for an hour. Come back after an hour and you just take a old t-shirt or some of the bag of rags that you can get, fold it up and just wipe off the oil and turning the rag. And I'm going to go ahead and do this now, even though it's not been an hour. Okay. Although you can't feel this on the video, it actually feels much smoother than before we started out. The oil and the wax as part of the product actually does fill in quite a bit of the grain. You can sand the product. I often will sand all of the wood down to approximately 220 to 320. Some people all go to 400 grit, and then they apply the Odies on. And then you'll provide a very smooth finish. And the oil will penetrate and soak in to the grain. Now the luster that you'll receive from the Odies is probably more like a satin. If we want to increase the shine on the wood, you also can use Odie's wax or Odie's wood butter. Apply that after a day or two after it's dried. Do the same thing, just a little bit goes a long way. Put it on, rub it in, rub it out again, and you will have probably a semi-gloss finish. Thanks very much for listening.